star 1978, star 8378. It is October 16th, 2021. I went up on Bell Boulevard. I ate at Nonnas again, only because it's the most budget-friendly plain slice of pizza on all of in the entire area that I can walk to on foot. I spoke with the gentleman, and I remember in timeless space interviewing with somebody, and he made a suggestion. He said, you know, I'm at chef school. He said, you know, I know you don't know because you haven't been exposed and you didn't go and it's not something you're interested in, but like we take chemistry and all stuff, and I had no idea, like, because it was somewhere special. And then it was, and this was a debate on pizza in however humans work. And so that, and I can see, he said that he makes his own cheese and his own sauce and all this other stuff. And I can see all the gourmet slices, which are like $7 a piece, which, I mean, are well worth it. But I'm not at that place right now. I don't have any income coming in. So DYSFORIA had lent me some money, so I went up. And so I said to the gentleman, I said, he said, you know, we make all this stuff. And I said, oh, so you are not just a pizza guy or a chef. I was like, you are a molecular biologist. So he's like, actually, he says, I did take chemistry. And I was like, you did? And he said, molecular biologist. And I'm like, yeah, I heard that like 2 days ago on one of the television mentions. Reminded me of whatever. I was like, and I don't really have anyone else. I was like, but I can see by the display, it's more like artisan pizzeria, like pizza and gourmet, more so than and molecular biology rather than just pizza. So anyway, so I ate quietly outside by myself, and then I left, and I walked across the street to the Bell Garden Chinese food place. I had never been there before. Now, when I walked in this eye, which is the opposite eye of my ring, there were light flashes of black and white, Pluton en français, and Pluto in English, and whatever else I have in a key of 4 by 9. 7 by, wait, no, I have different keys. I have a 4 by 9 key, and then I have a 3 by 9 key. I found my 7 by 9 key today. But anyway, so I walked into the restaurant and I see these, it's like, almost like paparazzi lights, but in just this eye. Some people call them floaters, when they're more like stagnant and they move. This was like I was losing orientation with whatever I was supposed, I don't know what was going on with their cybersecurity. So then I walked up to the window and I asked, because I spoke to somebody at some point about human trafficking. I cannot remember when. It's been such a long, arduous, like the holes in time and space and working on my whatever and trying to stay safe. And they said, well, white rice is usually cheapest when you're almost homeless and you need something to fill your stomach. So I walked into that particular Chinese place because they're not necessarily artisan. I mean, they have pictures up on the wall, but not like the molecular biologist level. But they were very kind. And so it's $2.50 for just white rice in Bayside on Bell Boulevard. So on her hat, it says something be controversial. I'm like, well, now this is interesting and leaves me in a dilemma because it also has an NYC vaccination almost requirement under this new NYC label of I didn't approve those, I was not even asked about their symbology and whatever group's working on this. I don't know who these people are. They could be fly-by-night organization that has nothing to do with health, safety, and welfare, and the real thing of trying to not get poisoned by the air. So now, I didn't say that out loud. I just noticed it. And then I spoke to my angel valet on my way home, who keeps asking me to marry him, but whatever. I said, no, I have a science principle. I said, Eric, I need to get a message. I found a 4x9 key in the local area, and that's something I can only show him. So that happened. I'm trying to think. So I told him, I said, what is the opposite of universal, Angel? And he's like, I don't understand. What do you mean? And I was like, well, the opposite of universe, one spoken verse, is contraverse. He's like, oh, he's like, right, you are right. And I was like, well, thank you for that. I was like, but I just left the Chinese food place, and on her hat she's advertising Contraverse. And I'm like, I don't know what to say to these things in the city. Like, they put the advertising, I don't know, what are they controversing for? Like, you know what I'm saying? They're a private bunch of people, and I have no affiliation or say in anything, it seems. So now, so he was like, so I said, I was like, have you heard? He's like, right, universe. And I was like, well, universal. He's like, universal. And I was like, yes, he's Colombian. So I said, you know, you gotta put an AL at the end. It becomes a little bit longer and a little bit, slight different meaning of the word. I was like, you know, I was like, the thing in symbology, I was like, do you know? I was like, I find these keys everywhere. They're Easter eggs at this point. I don't know. I try not to, but I cannot help myself. I was like, but it says controversial. I was like, that is a problem when I speak one universal truth and need, and everybody else is speaking controversial. It becomes a problem. He's like, well, I would agree. And I was like, right. And here we are. Ready? You say for thank you, gracias, right? And he's like, right. I said in Italian, it's GRE, and then it's CIA. And he's like, right, no, I know it is. And I was like, yeah, again, more Easter eggs. It's 3 and 3. I speak, whatever. But to myself, I know, I'm speaking Hut Hut 6. But that's a football reference. So I'm like, all right. Well, I have to go. He says, I'll borrow your umbrella and I will walk you home. I was like, no. I have to go eat my rice by myself. I said, I bid you farewell. I bid you adieu. And then all of a sudden, a donut hole umbrella balloon, or it could have been like one of those drones, the ones on the remote that they fly. It started raining, and then, but I have the umbrella over my head. And then I move the umbrella for a minute, and I see it floating, and I'm like, now, isn't that interesting? They send raindrops, so this way then I send a drone with the raindrops. See how far I can get the drone overhead. So that happened. I tried to point it out, but he couldn't see it, and then it flew over the building, but whatever. So that is it. It is star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. And it is October 16th, 2021. Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken.